Hi, my name is Inyo Jung, and today I will talk about my meat reduction journey. They are my ecological footprints, and they also that food is the main contributor of my ecological footprint, with food is the main issues. Next, why should reduce meat consumptions? Because food production causes nearly 37% of global emissions, and much of that comes from meat and dairy. In high human development index country, meat alone accounts for up to 68% of food-related emissions. Even chicken, often seen as low impact, still produce more carbon dioxide than plant-based proteins. That's why cutting meat, especially red meat, is a simple but powerful way to protect the planet. Next, I would like to explain why meat consumption is considered a social scientific issue. Meat consumption is a social scientific issue because it's not just about science like greenhouse gas emissions, but also about social and personal factors. In my case, changing my diet wasn't easy. I felt tired, struggled to prepare meals, and had to adjust my family routine. This shows how decisions about meat involve both scientific understanding and social realities like lifestyle and values. Through the lens of education for sustainability, I have come to realize that everyday choice, like what we eat, can make a real impact on environment and community. Next is my 3-week plan to reduce meat. Week 1, I track all my meals at baseline. Week 2, I cut down to 1 meat meal a day using familiar veggies instead. Week 3, I aim for 3 to 4 meat-free days. For week 1, this week I took the first step toward a sustainable diet by tracking my meals. I was surprised to learn that 57% of my meals include meat, which was much higher than I expected. At first, I thought the hardest part would be keeping the food diary, but the real challenge was convincing how unsustainable my diet was. It forced me to honestly reflect on my habit and recognize the need for change. The most important lesson I learned is that small daily choices like what we eat can have a significant impact on the environment. This is my starting point for learning about sustainability and making necessary changes. I evaluate this week. 8 out of 10 said I achieved my goals and overcame when it's challenged, just to improve in the next 2 weeks. There are the evidence of my diet in week 1. In week 2, I limited myself to 1 meat-based meal per day and replaced the rest with plant-based options like tofu, beans, and familiar vegetables. The number of meat-based meals decreased from 12 in week 1 to just 5, that we can see in the table here. I also invited friends to join a 2-day meat-free challenge. Sharing experience helped us to stay motivated, and at the research, I no longer feel vegetarian meals as restrictions, but an intentional, empowering choice. The biggest challenge was feeling tired in the afternoon and craving meat. I addressed this by increasing plant-based protein and preparing simple meals. Family support such as reminder also helped me to overcome. This experience deepened my awareness that dietary choices impact not just personal health but also the planet. As the research showed, reducing meat could have saved up to 75% of agricultural land. This showed that sustainable eating is both achievable and impactful. I rate this week 9 out of 10 for feasible changes in both behavior and awareness. There are the evidence of my meals in week 2. And there are the evidence that my friend involved in 2 meat-free days. Okay, for week 3, I aim to reduce 3 to 4 more meat-based meals, and in the end, I only had 3 meat meals, about 14.3%, the lowest so far. I planned more diverse vegetarian dishes and cook with my parents to maintain this sustainable habit. I also reduce my food-related carbon dioxide emission from 177x to 60x, which means a 66.1% decrease in just 3 weeks. This proves that even small, consistent changes can make a big difference. For challenges, I didn't crave meat this week, but I struggled with repetitive vegetarian meals. To overcome that, I explored new recipes like celery seed and bean porridge on YouTube. It helped make my meals more exciting and reminded me that creativity and community support are key to long-term change. I rated with 9.5 out of 10 as I attained my goal and maintain my inspiration from online community and my parents. There are evidence of a recipe that I learned from YouTube, and there are the evidence meal in week 3. Now, my ecological footprint also that meat consumption had decreased significantly after 3 weeks. Now, let's come to call for action plan part. At the individual level, I will continue limiting myself to 1 meat meal per day and prioritize plant-based proteins. To stay motivated, I will check my carbon dioxide weekly and share updates on social media, turning personal goal into public commitment, which studies show puts long-term consistency. At a community level, I will encourage my classmates to join 1 meat-free day every week. It's not just about cutting meat, we aim to provide climate change awareness together by sharing recipes and checking how much carbon dioxide we save each week. According to research, group support helps make sustainable habits last. At a national level, I will pull more public campaigns linking meat consumption to emission. School can include sustainable eating in science lessons through activities like meal checking and reflections on environmental impacts. This supports research that sustainability education must connect with real-life experience. Globally, I support the Planetary Health Diet by EAT Lancet Commission. It promotes more vegetable and grains, less red meat. If widely adopted, it could reduce food-related emissions by up to 56% and improve global health. It's a system-level solution linking diet to climate action. This is my referencing list. Thank you for listening.